doing a captain's update in a masked presentation to remind you at the end of the day I am the whimsical mascot. And I'm showing that obviously with everything I do. So what am I a mascot for? Things I think that fucking rock. And sometimes a mascot going, I don't think certain things rock, and then I have to point that shit out. I also have to honestly throw out there that I'm working on my own apparel and fashion and treasure collective. So I am going to be a mascot for that online and pop-up store. Come in much later. I find it's best when you take your time when you're coming with those kinds of things. Wink, wink. Because it's really special to me, so I don't want to rush and come too quick, you know. Here goes a subject that I didn't really want to be part of my captain's update, because I would rather talk about my show and the direction of it, but it actually crossed paths, and that'll take some explaining. But Ryan Upchurch, in an attempt to gain clout, I believe, has picked a fight with Tom McDonald. And yeah, that's how a lot of the rappers nowadays figured that it needs to be. Because without the, rivalry, maybe they wouldn't be interesting. In the case of Ryan, he can absolutely clout chase within his very mainstream method of rapping. He is desiring for all the fans, and he will take whatever he can get. And I think he might be hoping for Tom's fans or something. He wants to come off looking cooler or tougher by coattail riding. I don't understand that, honestly. But what would I know? I'm a masked fucking freak. I'm not clout chasing with this. It is impossible. And the only reason I'm covering it is because we're getting along the realms of shamanic art. Hold on, you're wondering how this covers within the idea of shamanic art. Well, Tom McDonald is doing shadow work through his music, and he's helping other people with their shadow work when he's talking about recovery or coming from the hood to some kind of level of success from hard-ass work. Okay? So that is the self-discovery and self-reflection he has done in songs where he kind of battles his own demons. So there's other people who have gone into the subject, and that's where the attention should be. Anybody who's willing to take it to that realm, not people who are going to do the clout-chasing, battle-rapping bullshit that makes you feel like you're in fucking high school. So that absolutely crosses into my territory because that's what I champion, which is just shamanic and therapy art. So the poetic, spiritual truths behind everything is my approach, and that's going into the maps. That crosses again. So I'm handing out these maps of the 10 I see, or Tennessee, but as I'm bending the narrative to show the poetic treasure behind a lot of stuff, and also some of the more ugly spirits. One, I think, Ryan is reflecting, and it's more important than he will ever be, is the tiny town titan. That ugly ass spirit that obviously is driving his vehicle often is being pushy and trying to be big in small subjects. He wants to be the noteworthy rapper. He feels he should be more important than Tom McDonald, and he's gonna show everybody why he's more important in a tiny subject, looking at it from a tiny direction, and not paying attention to the fact it could be way more. But for him, probably not. The guy seems like he's stuck in high school. I love for him to prove otherwise. He's actually a neighbor. He's not too far from where I live. But I think he's a little stuck in his privileges, so he's not going to realize where other people struggle and where they need the shamanic art. So I'm not going to be mascotting for that guy. Also, I'm glad it seems Tom McDonald at the moment is choosing the high road. He's only covered the subject in the idea that the rappers who are stuck in dissing each other are playing into the social narrative and the divide and conquer of people who are not in power and giving themselves little teeny tiny ways of feeling they have power. Meanwhile, the bigger subjects keep on crushing everyone because they are refusing to realize we're in this battle together. Yeah, a lot of dumbassery. So in this climate of division and the powerful getting everybody else to infight, we need shamanic art. We need self-reflective art. We need shadow working art as a way to process all this horseshit. So, be the person who decides what to mascot for. You don't need to do it all wild like fucking me or some crazy sports fan. You can just choose what to support and realize what is getting more work done. Now here goes the harder subject, which I am pushing through. The scene that's coming up in my show, which will close this one out, it'll be the fifth scene. I have just finished the puppet of my friend, who I am honoring through this puppet. The name of the puppet is Shaney, and he's going to be representative of really quality attributes of my friend who passed away. The Rainbow Priest, he survived the drowning. I will give the audience a shot to say if maybe he shouldn't, but I am pretty sure the scene, the way it's going, is he survived to be respawned into the world that I have created, which there's going to be a lot of thoughts of redemption and what purgatory is, where people work on each other, and the fact that that is an important idea that I am tackling through my show. Some people are stuck in versions of purgatory and they're still alive. I believe I will be crossing that subject because there's some characters within my world who are going to be alluded to, those who are stuck in comas or they're in life and they're not really there, they're drifting, they're somewhere else, and that somewhere else is in a hidden verse working on themselves. So that's the update. And that painful battle rap bullshit, which I am going to do my best never to dumb myself down to, but I will always cover the bigger subject if I feel they're being puppeted along by a spirit. I will keep my battle on the spiritual battles. That makes sense, because that's what you're really fighting anyway.